what's good out there, world? Welcome to Baking with tradeMarc Late Night Edition. So, as always, tradeMarc wishes everybody out there a groovy day, a groovy evening, and also a groovy tomorrow. My day was groovy. I ain't do nothing, pretty much chill, took care of some business, ran to the store, because we're supposed to get some snow here in Baltimore, so I just went to go pick up a few things. And when it starts snowing and it get cold, tradeMarc get in the mood to bake. So this evening, I'm going to bake you a homemade cream cheese pound cake. So right here are all the ingredients you're going to need to make a homemade cream cheese pound cake. You're going to need actually 3 cups of sugar, 3 cups of flour, 1/4 cup of baking soda, 6 eggs at room temperature. They don't have to be brown eggs. You need 8 ounces of cream cheese at room temperature, 3 sticks of butter. I'm using salted butter. You're going to need 1 tablespoon of pure vanilla extract, and I'm going to use right here some Baker's Joy, and here go my bundt pan, my utensils I'm going to need. I'm also going to mix it in my stand-up mixer using the paddle. Now, as you can see, I have my sifter in my bowl here because I already sift the 3 cups of flour with the 1/4 cup of baking soda, and I got all that out the way before I started filming. So now I'm getting ready to actually get the ingredients together, and I'll be right back. So let's get ready to get this mixed up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my 3 sticks of salted butter and make sure it's at room temperature so it can mix good. And I have my 8 ounces of cream cheese. And I'm going to add now 3 cups of sugar. But as you can see, this is just 2 cups, so I'm going to have to add 1 more cup with it. And I'm going to just dump it all in. Now let me get the sugar from back here. And I'm going to add another cup. So as you can see, here's my 3rd cup. Now I'm going to let this mix like for 6 minutes. I'm going to start it off on a slow medium. Once I started seeing it getting mixed, I'm going to turn it up on high, and I'm going to let this mix for like 5 minutes, and wiping down the sides of my bowls during the middle of it. So here I go. Alright, now we got a thorough mix. Before I add the eggs, I'm going to do 1 more wipe down. Make sure I don't have nothing on my sides. So now, let me wipe my hand off. So now what I'm getting ready to do, I'm going to put it on a low, this is like a low medium. And I'm going to add now 6 large eggs. Can you see them? But I'm going to add them in one at a time. And remember, the eggs are at room temperature. So let's go. 1. And we're not going to over mix it, but we want to make sure each egg is thoroughly mixed in. 2. 3. 4. I'm going to turn it up just a notch. And this is a medium speed. 5. And 6. So we're going to let that get incorporated very thoroughly. Now I'm going to actually turn it off, and always, like I said, wipe down your sides. And you see how creamy that is? You always just make sure that mix really good. So the next thing I'm going to add is the sugar. I'm not going to add the whole 3 cups of sugar in at one time. I'm going to add like a cup at a time. And it should be about a cup. Now when I mix it, I'm going to start it off at low, because the flour normally, once it gets to spinning, it gets to flying all around. I'm going to keep that down on low. Now I'm going to turn it up so I can get a thorough mix. And this is especially when you want to make sure you do not do an over mix. Okay. I'm going to add, hold it, let me wipe down. It's kind of cool though. So now I'm going to add like another cup of flour. Once again, I'm going to start it off slow. Once that flour starts to get mixed in, I'm going to turn it up a little bit. And make sure I do not over mix it. That's a good mix. Let's wipe down our sides. And I'm going to add the rest of the flour in. That's like the last cup. Start off low. Let the flour get mixed in. And 1, 2, now I'm going to turn it up high. So the last ingredient I'm going to put in is going to be the pure vanilla extract. Now, after watching many videos, I've seen some people put it in first. I mean, in the beginning and during the middle. Now, actually, I wanted to put it in during the middle, but I forgot. So I'm going to add it now. And this is 1 tablespoon of vanilla. So let's get that in there. And I'm going to do something that was not called for the recipe, but something is just telling me to do it. So with my 1 tablespoon of vanilla, I'm going to use like a cap full of lemon extract. Okay. Let me wash this off my hands. So now I'm getting ready to give it its last mix. Okay, and I'm back. Now, right now, I'm only at the halfway point of mixing. But remember, I told you we want to keep our sides of our bowls clean. So everything and make sure it stays mixed properly. Now, I'm going to let it go for another 3 minutes. And I'll be right back. So everything was mixed. I greased down my bundt pan. I put my my cake batter in. I spread it out as evenly as I possibly could with the end of the spatula. Now I'm just going to shake it, but don't break it. And like I said, I'm trying to keep this as even as possible. So now I'm gonna get ready to put the cake in the oven. I'm going to set my timer for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Hit start. And I'm going to see y'all once the cake come out the oven in 1 hour and 15 minutes. I'll probably do a little Valentine's red icing to put on it. But until then, I'll holler at y'all later. Mwah. So now, since I let the cake set out overnight and cool, and it's ready to be frosted. But before I get to the frosting, I want to let you take a peek at my homemade cream cheese pound cake. And here it goes right here. I'm gonna give you a 360. You can see that it's golden brown. And to be honest, this is the best pound cake that I ever made. Not far as taste, but the visual. So right now, I'm getting ready to let you see the ingredients that I'm going to use to make this homemade cream cheese drizzle or glaze to put over top of the cake. So here are the ingredients that I'm going to be using to make my homemade from scratch cream cheese glaze to put over top of the cake. So right here, I have 6 ounces of cream cheese, and then back at room temperature. Now in the container, the little small bowl, I have like 4 tablespoons of milk, but the recipe only calls for 1. But I like to play it by ear because some people like their glaze thicker or thinner. So once I add that 1 tablespoon, if I like the consistency of it, I'll use it. But if not, you're always free to add more. And I'm going to use some confectioner's sugar. I'm going to be using like 2 cups of that. I'm also going to be using about a tablespoon or 1/4 tablespoon. I actually have to check the recipe, but I'm sure by the time I put the video up, it'll have the correct amount that I'm going to use. And over here, because it's Valentine's Day, I got some red dye, and I also have some sprinkles that I'm going to put over the cake. And as you can see, I made some cookies so I can put in my cookie jar back there. There's some white macadamia nut cookies right here. So let's get to the mix. All right, now let's get to this mix. So the first thing I want to add is my 6 ounces of cream cheese. And I'm going to add 2 cups of confectioner's sugar. Now I know a lot of times I'll use my stand mixer or my blender, but sometimes I like beating things by hand. So I'm gonna get ready to like give this a nice thorough mix. I'm making a mess, but God Damn. And you gotta make sure this is mixed well. And this is going to take me a couple minutes. I'll be right back. Whew. So now I got all this mixed together. So right here, I had to go get the goddamn fork. That was kind of rough. But you see I beat it until it became white and creamy. So now I'm about to add the vanilla. Now remember earlier I forgot how much to add, but it's actually, I went back to the recipe. It's actually 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And we just want to splash that up on in there. Now we get ready to add the milk. Now remember I said we're going to start off with a tablespoon of milk. And then we want to add the consistency. We want to add it to it's at our right consistency. I can't find my spoon, but I'm going to eyeball this. 1 teaspoon. So now I'm getting ready to get to stirring this. And I think once I smooth it out with this fork and it becomes smooth like it is now, I'm going to go back to my whisk. And I really need a new whisk. So you want to like keep beating it and stirring it till it gets smooth and to the consistency that you like it. So like right now, see, look. I kind of like a more thicker consistency. I'll probably add a little more milk in it. But remember I said it's Valentine's Day. So I want me some... Damn, what is that? Oh, come the fuck on. Shit. I'm trying to find the red dye. Oh, here it is. So right here, there with my red dye, I'm just going to say, like, I did 3 small squirts. So let's see how it turns out. Let's get red. And I'm doing this in honor of Valentine's, even though I don't have a Valentine's, but still in honor of Valentine. So let me get a, oh here you go, right here, my spatula, and I just try to get like all of it in. Just like when I be using my stand mixer, I learned you always got to scrape down your sides. So I'm going to give this another stir. Okay, the glaze have reached the consistency that I like it. I think I wind up out those, I think it was like 4 tablespoons. I used like 2.5 tablespoons. So here we go. This is like the consistency that I like. Not really. I would want it a little thicker, but I was being greedy on the milk and add just a tad bit more. You know how you always try to put that little extra pinch in and shit and overdo it. But it's not bad. So now I'm about to glaze my cake, and I'm going to spoon the glaze over my cake, and I just pretty much just stay up the top and just take it on around, and it's going to free fall by itself. I mean, you don't really have to be like super neat with it because it's just going to fall. This is giving me more of pink than red, but that's still okay. I like that too. Make sure I get all this up out there. Yeah, I probably would have wanted a tiny bit thicker, but that's okay as long as it tastes good. But presentation is everything, and that's something that I'm going to work to get better with on how I do my presentation. This is only like really my third video I ever did, like actually showing you what I did. So remember I said I had some sprinkles, and because of Valentine's Day, let me get a better look at this cake. So let me first let you see how the free fold. And everything is just free falling down the cake. And like I said, because it's Valentine's Day, I'm going to use some sugar bright decorating glitter to put on top of it. I'm just going to sprinkle it. I wish I had some strawberries, but I really don't like them, but I'm just going to do it for decorations for real. Alright, so here you go. tradeMarc homemade cream cheese pound cake with cream cheese glaze. As always, I appreciate everybody. Goddamn light. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate you watching the videos. Bear with me. I'm going to get better with my presentation as far as making my videos and all that type of stuff. But I want to thank y'all for watching. Subscribe to me if you haven't already done. Remember, as always, tradeMarc wishes everybody out there a groovy day. Remember, all food was cooked in a clean kitchen with clean hands. And all food was purchased with government food stamps. So until my next video, which will be tomorrow for tradeMarc Sunday's Best, and you will see this cake here. I don't know if it's going to be half gone, but because my daughter coming over today to get her hair done, and she'll probably have a slice and stuff like that. So, but anyway, I see y'all tomorrow.